Alright, the door panels are starting to look halfway decent. They're okay. I'm happy with them. Now it's time to start thinking about the tweeters. There's two three-way sets in here. And what I showed you guys earlier was a 6.5 and a 3. Actually, two 6.5s and two 3s per door. And I haven't really gotten into the tweeters yet. But now it's time to start thinking about it. So we got a factory tweeter and a little screen right here. Guess I'm gonna have to do a little bit of modification to this little sail panel. Pull that apart, see if I can get two tweeters in there. Now it's really dark, but it's also really early, so this is what I got to work with. Let's pull this thing apart real quick. But before I do all that, I think I might as well open this up and show you guys the actual second set. The first set's already in. I already started with the pods, as you might have seen in the first video. But here's the second set right here, and I'm gonna need the tweeters out of here so I can get all four of them in. Now remember, there's already a set of these in the first door. I just haven't done the tweeters yet. So that's what we're doing right now. And then of course I'll show you how I do the driver side as well, right before we start wiring it up. Let's get some tweeter pods going. So this thing typically pops out pretty easy. I don't know how I'm going to get two tweeters into this hole right here, but we'll figure it out. The original plan was to put them right there where that 3 was, but now I think I can get them up in the sail panel, so I'm going to try that first. So it's pretty obvious that this is going to be a slight issue getting both of those in here. These are really big tweeters. Not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. So as you can see, this could be a problem. Those are not fitting on that template at all. So I was looking at these and I think I found a way that I can still do it. I think these tweeters come out of this beautiful aluminum little cup that they're sitting in. So if I can get them out of there, I probably can get them in that little triangle. There we go. Now that buys me a lot of extra room. Yeah. So I think that's gonna work. I'm just gonna have to take this right here. Instead of gutting it out, I'd have to just make a new one out of acrylic. I got some flat black, or some matte black, I guess it would be called, over there. It should match real nice. So this thing is not exactly a triangle either. It looks like it's straight here and straight here, and it has a little arch right here on this side. So it's gonna be a little tricky, but after a few tries I should be able to get it down. So after a little bit of drawing and about 3 or 4 or 5 tries, I think I got what I'm looking for. 2 layers of 1/8 inch acrylic. These holes are offset from each other, and I'm going to show you why here in a second. You'll never be able to tell on camera, but the left side holes are smaller than the right side holes. You'll see. If you look, you can see the offset is right in here on the back side. Okay, so I gutted out the part that had the clips that held the factory one on, so this is do or die situation. It's already ruined, so we good. Put this right in here. Just like that. So even though this matches like almost perfectly, the tone, color, whatever, I still think it needs a little bit of something. Because I have that nice aluminum trim down there. I think I'm going to put a little aluminum border around this thing to make it pop a little bit. So I do have some really thin aluminum over there in my stockpile, but I want it to be thinner than what I have, and for that, this trophy material will work. It's brushed aluminum and it's self-adhering and it's super thin. So I think it'll match that bottom trimming really nice and be kind of easy to do. And I like easy. As you can see, the reason why I did the double piece with the recessed inside is so these things can just barely poke through with the grills. If I didn't do that, the grills would have been bulging out like a pair of eyeballs because they kind of stick out a little bit. But doing this made them sit in there a lot more flush than they are. So this piece snaps in there a lot nicer than I ever even thought it would. It's in there. When I take this whole thing apart, when I'm getting ready to wire up the door panels for the last time, it will be bonded from the back side. I left enough meat on that inner plastic where I can come through with a fastener or something, lock it in place forever. It won't go nowhere. So here you go. The driver's side's over here ready to go. Tweeters and door pods for the 6.5s and the 3s. I got one last thing to do before I'm ready to hook the wires up. That bottom piece looks good, it's functional, but I'm going to adjust it a little bit. Make a few changes that I noticed since I started cutting on the panels. Modify it some, and then reverse it and stick the same thing over on that side. Door panel should slip right over the top. Be good to go. There you go, 2 sets of 3-ways. We're almost ready. So that's another hurdle that's done. Something I've been thinking about for a while, how I was going to do this, and well, it's finished. This will snap right in 2 seconds. Even though it's in my hand right now, this is probably the easiest thing I've done so far to this whole truck. So I'm pretty happy about that. Check back in. I should have these things wired up real soon. Hopefully by the next video, because I know you're tired of the door panels by now. You gotta be. But hey, this stuff takes time, and I'm out.